All right, man. The Hawks could trade either DeJounte Murray or Trae Young. I want to focus more on Trae Young. I spoke on DeJounte Murray. I've also kind of been a fan of the Pistons blowing it up, and maybe just keeping Sasser and Short Thompson. Um, uh, but let's talk about Trae Young. Obviously, I think a lot of people like being in Atlanta. And some people don't. It's a lot of crime going down there. But a lot of people like going down there. I mean, I like going for the food. I don't do too much shopping down there. I go to eat, and I don't really mess with the club life down there. There's some obvious reasons why I don't really mess with that type of culture down there. It's a lot of funny business. I just like to get the food, sightsee a little bit. If I do some shopping, I like to go out to that mall in Lawrenceville. It used to be called Discover Mall. I don't know what it's called no more. But yeah, I don't like to, just enjoy the southern city life, man. But yeah, Trae, I mean, could he say the Pistons is the question? Could Kim and Cade coexist? Would that give them a boost? Would you trade Cade Cunningham for him in some type of swap? But the reason why him and DeJounte Murray don't work, I mean, they two ball dominant guys. Trae like to dominate the ball. DeJounte like to dominate the ball. DeJounte is better without the ball in his hand because he could defend. So that's one thing you're gonna run into issue with Trae Young is just defense. You have to put a team around him that has defense. That's defense. And if you think about it, a Short Thompson, if he continues to improve his jump shot, defense. And then one of the things people don't talk about is Jalen Duren. He's just not developing defensively. Say what you want to say. He a lazy defensive motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I love Jalen Duren, but he lazy defensively. So if you're thinking about bringing a guy in like Trae Young, okay, then you got to build a team around him. You say, well, what it will like him and Cade play? Who gonna be the defensive star? That's the question. Once again, you got you're recreating what you had with Jaden Ivey. You're recreating what they had in Atlanta. You got a guy, Cade Cunningham, who don't like to play without the basketball, who allowed to do whatever he wants to do in an organization. He don't have to get a ball up. It's counterproductive. So you better off and you cheaper off trying to make him and Jaden Ivey work together before you are with Trae Young. Yeah, Trae Young is good off the ball, but Trae Young like to have the ball in his hand. So in reality, even you start to look at Trae Young and Jaden Ivey. In reality, though, these things don't work. So in reality, with Trae Young, you need a Klay Thompson or Ray Allen next to him, a guy that's gonna defend, don't need the ball. Rip Hamilton can catch and shoot. Who gonna be able to defend at a high end? So once you go out there and you find that guy like that, if you can find a guy like that, then you say, okay, I like a Short Thompson. We can get away with a Short not being able to shoot the best right now. Because guess what? I got Trae who can shoot it. I got somebody in the backcourt that can shoot it like Trae, right? So now you start to look, all right, man, where else can we, get better at? Where else can we, find some help at? At the 4 position, that's been the spot. Now, in reality, you give up Cade for Trae Young. I don't have a problem with it. However you make the salaries work, I really wouldn't have a problem with it. I'd do that today. I'm not saying that Cade, won't be a better player. I just think he deserves a little bit better than Detroit, and they done failed him. So, Trae brings some shooting and all that. I think he deserved to be on the contender, though. But we just talking hypothetical. I think, like I said, I'm moving on from everybody. Maybe I want to keep Duren and see how that go. But I can move Cade for Jaden. If I, move a couple other guys, and I can find that 2 guard that can, whatever, and they got some money to play with. I can find a 2 guard that can defend and shoot. If I can find me a 4 out there that can do the job, and whoever that may be. I don't know about pouring that money into Tobias Harris, but if I can find a 4, or if you keep that pick and you can get Sar, cool. We're gonna run with Sar, Ashore, Thompson. Not Thompson, the 2 guard you can find that fit that bill, Trae, and let's say you want to keep Jalen Duren. Ivy, Cade, Stu, they all can kick rocks. I think in that reality that will work. Sasha coming off the bench, filling that bench out with a couple guys. I think in reality you will have a nicer team, but you need more defense around Trae Young if you're gonna bring him in there. Now, if you say, okay, what if they chose not to get him and just keep doing what they doing with the guys they got? The problem with that is their reputations is down bad. They in the gutter. They don't believe they can come up. The development is gone between the guys. So if you choose to, you're going to ride with Cade Cunningham, him and Jalen Durham just don't seem to click. They have a good game one game, and then 50 games go by, they don't have another good game. So once you start to look at it, you say, well, what would I do if I'm going to build around Cade Cunningham? One, get him on a better strength and conditioning program. Too young to be dealing with these injuries, right? But the thing about it is, if he gonna be that ball dominant, everything else around him got to either be pick and roll with the center, and they got to be same scenario, just catch and shoot and defend. If you're not gonna run an offense where these guys are flexing and cutting, and he giving the ball up, and he may post up, or he may move, or he may let somebody else get the ball and let create, it's really not gonna matter. With the core you got. So now we got to surround the guy with catch and shoot guys and defenders. That's it. A center that can pick and roll like Durham, they got to get better defending the basket. A two guard that's going to just catch and shoot and defend. A guy like a Short Thompson that can just take on the best defender, but, hopefully he develop into a shooter. And a four that can defend and stretch the floor. That's it. At the end of the day, if you're not going to run the NBA offense, you know what I'm saying, and you're going to just let him go 1-on-5, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. The ball stick to his hand like glue too much. That's the problem. So, in reality, if you're talking about getting Trae, because I've already really talked a lot about getting DeJounte, so you can search that on my channel. Just put More Street Sports Talk, DeJounte Murray in the search bar, you'll find it. The whole thing about it is, if we getting at the essence, if you want Trae, if you want Cade, whatever, you want to play them together, however you want to do it, right? The issue, if you play them together, you're giving up that pick. So, I don't know how much the pick hold weight this year. But if you play them together, or if you play them apart, or you pick one or the other, the problem is your offense that you're running has no fluidity. It's watch the primary ball handler pound the ball into the court, and everybody watch. And the problem right now, you got a whole bunch of guys that watch and can't shoot. Everybody's not getting involved. That's standard NBA basketball. You get it and everybody watch. You might run a pick and roll. Only time they really running consistent plays is in inbound plays. So they got to find a way to get an offense, get a coach in here that's going to put a real offense in there. That's how you're going to beat today's NBA. Get these guys moving without the ball. Get them backdoor cutting. Get them coming off the curl. Develop these young guys. It ain't just catch and shoot. Get these guys coming downhill off a backdoor cut, getting easy buckets. Get up and run up and down the court. They should be running more high pick and roll. They should be running more Princeton-style offense. They should be moving the ball. But if the ball going to be in one guy's hand, it's only one LeBron James, bro. Even watching Anthony Edwards, how they giving the ball up. Even in Oklahoma City Thunder, they giving the ball up. That's the biggest issue. It's just the philosophy in basketball. The two biggest, outside the infrastructure of the team and how it's built with the shitty senior advisors, shitty front office, shitty coaching staff, the number one thing is the philosophy that they believe in offensively. It's just, Cade got the ball and everybody else just play off Cade. You're not going to develop guys like that. You're not going to develop the offense that they're running. It stinks. They don't get up and down the floor to be a young team fast enough. And this is probably why you see Durham not hustle on defense. This is why you see Ivy just clicking in and out. It's just everybody watch Cade. And Cade determine when you get the basketball. He not that great of a player, not too many yards like LeBron James, even out there Oklahoma City. Shea got his time, but, Giddey will run the show, and, Jalen Williams will do his thing, and, go out to Minnesota. It's times where Ant doing his, Cat doing his thing, Ant doing his thing, Conley doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? It's, go out to New York. Even though Brunson run the show, it's time that when Randall healthy, he do his thing. So when you got the ball sticking in one player's hand, you got a bunch of young players. This is what they was talking about with the young Lakers when they had Lonzo and Ingram and Randall in there and all them guys. I don't know if Randall was on that team. That's what they was talking about. The issue was LeBron was dominating the ball so much that these guys couldn't develop. You know, Lonzo really wasn't a catch and shoot guy. Brandon Ingram more of a scorer. He's not a catch and shoot guy. He more of a scorer. You know, Cade can catch and shoot. Brandon Ingram more than die. He need a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So those guys couldn't develop. It's the same thing in Detroit. You get Cade the ball, ain't nobody getting better because ain't nobody getting the opportunity to do shit. Everybody watching him, and he determined when you get the ball, they not running the real offense. They ain't even like, okay, Ivy, your turn to work out with Cade out there. And they ain't even taking turns like Kyrie and LeBron did or Wade and LeBron did. They ain't taking turns like this. We giving this kid the keys to the team, and for the third straight season, even if he played last season, they trash. So something has to change in the philosophy of what they believe, and it won't. They too busy beefing. You know, they too busy it's insanity doing the same thing over and over again. So whether it's Trae, whether it's Cade, whether it's Murray, it has to be a shift in offensive philosophy. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Trae Piston Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me on X, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.